trying to make my way into Midna Town from Telno Town. The journey from Telno Town to Midna Town has been long, but we finally made it into Midna Town. There was a trainer that I missed in the routes leading up to Midna Town, so I went and battled him again. And from the experience, our Delta Charmander started evolving into a Delta Charmeleon. As you see, the design is super cool. The purple flame and the skeleton body, it's super cool, super ominous. We move on and go to the Pokemon school, which Damian asked us to attend at Telner Town. So we went there and we have to register with the Pokemon school to basically learn about Pokemon battling and to become a good trainer. There's a Pokemon school tournament that's about to happen, but one of the students currently isn't there yet, so we are tasked to go find her, and she's found in this cave right here with a Celebi, and she uses a thing called Tesseract and resurrects all the fossil Pokemon, Kabutops, Omastar, Bastiodon, and Armaldo. And we're just there at the background seeing her do this, and she decides that it's enough for Celebi to do that, and she unresurrects the fossil Pokemon, and she finally spots us, and she kind of like tells us to not tell anyone about this. She then finds out that we're also chosen by a legendary Pokemon in the case of Mew, because she's selected by Celebi and I'm selected by Mew. Pretty cool. She talked about how the first Augur protected the region, and he was also trusted by a legendary Pokemon, Hoopa. And I found that pretty cool, Hoopa, the teleportation Pokemon. The second Augur has yet to be trusted by a legendary Pokemon, which is cool. So we have something in common with this girl, which I presume to be our female rival for this game. Pretty cool stuff. We go tell her that we need to attend the Pokemon tournament in the Pokemon school, and she gets reminded of that immediately, so we have to quickly go back to the Pokemon school. Before we even go to the Pokemon school to do the Pokemon tournament, she talks about this prophecy, and basically how it goes is the trainers that are trusted by these legendary Pokemon take down the cults in the Torrent region, and since the cults in the Torrent region don't like this, they go hunt these trainers down to kill them, to get rid of them. So since we are entrusted by Mew, and she's entrusted by Celebi, and there may be other trainers entrusted by other legendary Pokemon, we cannot risk showing Mew or Celebi to the public, so we can keep ourselves away from these cults and not to be a target to these cults. But other than that, we learn a lot about this region's history, and we quickly remind her again that she needs to attend to the Pokemon tournament. We quickly return to the Pokemon school in Midna Town with Nora, the Celebi trainer, and the teacher introduces me and Damian as the new trainers from Telnor Town. Quickly, the draw was announced, and we are against this kid, Kyle, Damian against Toby, and Nora against Tamara, Simon against Daniela. This Kyle kid is a ninja trainer, so he trains fighting type Pokemon like Riolu and Tyruk. I quickly take him out, no problem. But the difficult battle of this tournament was definitely against Damian, because he had a Delta War Turtle, which completely countered my Delta Charmeleon because of the typing. So kinda left outmatched. I kinda died a couple times. I was relying on Twister flinch chance, and I was so close to taking out this one time, but it critical hit bite me, which took me out immediately, which really left a sour taste in my mouth. But this is my first successful attempt in beating him. We Shadow Sneak the Luxio, and we had perfect Twister flinch luck. We Twister it once, it flinches once. We Twister it again, and it flinches again. So 2-time lucky, and we Twister for the 3rd time, and it knocks itself out. So finally we get past the War Turtle. we have now the core fish to deal with. The core fish is pretty easy to deal with. Just two twisters, and it's not even two, one twister, and it gets knocked out. And we finally beat Damian. We shut him down, as he says. And the final, who could have predicted that, is against Nora. Nora was actually way easier than Damian. Like, she had a Quilava as the last Pokemon, which I just Shadow Sneaked, and it died. And I basically beat Nora, just like that. And I became the new Pokemon champion of this Pokemon school. The teacher congratulates us on a incredible battle. She says she was at the edge of her seat. She talks about how we dethroned Nora, and we're now the trainer to look forward to, or to look out for, basically, and tells the other students to study up. We get the return TM, which is a really good move to have now. So if we have a normal type, we can probably use that to our advantage. Nora also got the return TM. Damian asked for the return TM, but he was simply rejected, which I found hilarious. Damian said he came third, but the teacher did not care.